Hi, welcome to Polyphonic Press. I'm Jeremy Boyd, and today I'm going to be reviewing the new album by Manic Street Preachers entitled Rewind the Film. Here we go. The Manic Street Preachers are a Welsh rock band formed in Blackwood, South Wales in 1986. They signed to Heavenly Records in 1981 and released their debut album Generation Terrorists in 1992. The album was successful in the UK but didn't really make a dent in North America. But since then they've garnered modest success over here and have been a consistent presence in the music industry ever since. This is their 11th studio album, and it's called Rewind the Film. This album starts off with the song Sullen, Welsh Heart, and it's a very personal song. It's written from someone who's middle-aged and sort of from that perspective. It's kind of about how when you're younger, you're sort of fighting against the system, and when you kind of grow older, you kind of let go of that a little bit. The music is very appropriate for the song. It's just an acoustic guitar with a harmony vocal from a female singer singing on the chorus. This song kind of opens the album up on a somewhat somber note, and it kind of gives you the impression that this album could be somewhat depressing. But towards the end, there is gives you kind of a sense of hope at the end of the song, which is a pretty consistent theme throughout this whole record. The first single from the album is the song Show Me the Wonder, and it's a very uplifting sort of song. It reminds me of a pop song from the 60s with the lo-fi drums, the use of horns, and the very distinctive chord changes. Something that really stood out to me on this song is the sort of wall of sound on the vocal harmonies in the chorus. I thought it was really well done. It sounded almost like a choir, but it's really the whole band kind of singing in unison and in harmony on the chorus, kind of layered on top of each other. I think this song is working really well on all four cylinders. The instrument choices are really well thought out. The chord structure is very catchy, and the lyrics are thought-provoking, but they're done in a way that you can still enjoy the song even if you don't pay attention to the lyrics. I think this was probably the perfect choice for the single for the album, because although a lot of the songs are very different from this one, this really kind of gets you into the mood to listen to the rest of the album. The song I Miss the Tokyo Skyline is a really good example of different instruments playing off of each other. In the intro alone, there's a pulsing sort of synthesizer that kind of fades in, and on top of that the acoustic guitar comes in, and then in addition to that, there's a violin playing a completely different part. It's a little busy, but the instruments don't really clash with each other. They more or less complement each other. All the instruments are kind of doing their own thing, but they're also letting the other instruments breathe. This is a pretty relatable song lyrically because it's about someone who's gone to a place that they really made a connection with, and when they get home they really miss that place. And I think everyone has kind of experienced that at least once, and although not everyone has been to Tokyo, everyone has been to a place that they've really made a connection with, and kind of when they get home they really miss it. And I'm not really sure if that's ever been mentioned in a song before, and the lyrics are really perfect at conveying real human emotion. The second single from the album is the song Anthem for a Lost Cause. It's a somewhat more mellow song than Show Me the Wonder, but it keeps the aesthetic with the horns in there. And towards the chorus, the song does pick up a little bit. The song has very emotional sweeps with the way the horns kind of do this call and response in the chorus, and it really kind of goes through all these different sort of parts that really create a really beautiful picture. It's kind of a sad song, but like I said, a lot of these songs really have a glimmer of hope at the end, and this song really does play into that sort of theme a little bit. It's about living through something that's very tragic and picking yourself up and kind of moving on, which is something that's very relatable. The song Manor Beer is a very interesting track. It's an instrumental that starts off with this weird kind of noise and then eventually picks up with this distant sounding electric guitar. The music in this kind of reminded me of a mid-90s Nick Cave song or something like that. It's got a theremin playing throughout the whole thing, which gives it kind of a haunting sort of almost a horror movie kind of feel. I think this song would be really suited to score a movie or something like that. I can definitely see visuals being played over top of this song and really kind of telling a story without really any sort of narrative or anything like that. I think this song could really help move a movie along and sort of convey some sort of emotion set to a visual tone. The album ends with the song 30-Year War, which is a very slow ballad sort of song. The song starts off with just the trumpets that's playing this melody that sounds like something that would be playing in the aftermath of a very long drawn-out war. But suddenly the electric guitar comes in and the anger of the song really reveals itself. I get the feeling that this is a very politically charged song. This song is about war and how vicious and horrible it can be. This is definitely a highlight on the album. It's probably my favorite song on the album, actually, and it's got that little bit of punchiness and anger that's done in a very real way. They really kind of hit you over the head with how they feel politically, and they're not trying to hide it or anything like that, and I really respect that about them too. The production on this album is pretty natural sounding, although there can be a lot of instruments going on at the same time. The production really does sound as if you would hear these instruments live. They didn't really do much processing or anything like that. I really like this album. I think it's one of the best of the year. I really made an emotional connection with most of these songs. They're really relatable in the lyrics. This is definitely more of a mellow album than we're used to hearing from this band, but I think it really works well. Stylistically, it can be a little all over the place, but I think the songs flow well into each other. There's really not much bad I can say about it, so I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. So anyway, that's what I thought about the album. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you'd like to suggest an album for me to review, please leave that in the comments as well. Don't forget to check us out on Twitter, Facebook, and Last.fm. And that's about it. Take it easy.